Good morning, councillors. I'd just like to start with our Welcome to Country. I'd like to begin today's meeting by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we are gathered and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Welcome to the City Infrastructure Committee meeting on the 5th of August 2025. I declare this meeting open at 10 a.m. I'd like to advise attendees in the room that this meeting is being webcast and audio recorded. We've just got a couple of leaves of absence today. Who have we got first? Councillor Bradley submitted a leave of absence. Do I have a mover for this motion? Councillor Murphy. Councillor Murphy's moved the motion. Is there a seconder? Councillor Hall. I now open the floor to vote. All those in favour? We all good? Yeah, that's been passed unanimously.
Against.
Thank you, Mayor Raven. Now move on to our second leave of absence for Councillor Bannon. Is there a mover for this motion? Councillor Murphy, seconder. Councillor Fraser. Now open the floor to vote. All those in favour? That's been carried.
Against.
With the exception of Mayor Raven. There's now a motion displayed on the screen to confirm the previous committee minutes. The minutes of the City Infrastructure Committee held on the 8th of July. Do I have a mover for this motion as displayed on the screen? Sorry, I was just Councillor Stemp. I'm used to calling everyone by their first name. Now I'm up the front here and everything's formal. Seconded by Councillor Lane. All those in favour? That has been carried unanimously. I now refer to declarations of conflicts of interest. Do any councillors wish to declare a conflict of interest today? No. There being none, we'll move on to... We're just straight into reports, aren't we? Yeah, into our first report, 6.1, Public Lighting Colour Temperature Review. I'll now hand over to Road Infrastructure Planning Manager, Ms Megan Gould.
Thank you. Good morning, councillors. Hopefully this will be a nice quick one for you. So regarding our city street lighting, Energex are doing a large-scale rollout of LED light globe replacements for their streetlight assets. The replacement may well be noticed by residents just merely due to the fact that when you replace with a new globe, it will be brighter. They might perceive that as a little bit impactful for a little while until they get used to it. However, we're seeing an upward trend in complaints about the brightness, and we think it's due to the use of the whiter blue light globe rather than a warmer globe. So we consider that switching to a warm globe in the local streets would be a better outcome for the community and also for the environment, just in terms of light pollution. Council's able to request which globe Energex use in their replacements. A previous decision was made on this back in 2021, and the concern at the time was around safety and specifically the ability to recognise facial details and you know, if there was a potential safety risk, you could see more detail on that with the white light. However, the technology has improved and the warmer light is able to perform to the same standard. We're concerned that if we don't make this change, we will see the number of glare complaints increase. We do have a very small public lighting team, and unfortunately when we get the complaints, we do need to divert them away from their normal maintenance activity so that they can investigate and try and resolve that complaint. So the recommendation of this report is to endorse the 3000K LED, which is the warmer light, as the new standard for lighting installations and upgrades on the minor residential streets. And I'm happy to take questions on that. Thank you.
Councillor Lane.
Thanks very much, through you, Mr Chair. Quick question. We're not planning on going around and changing every light bulb in the city to this, are we?
No, through the chair. So what would happen is we would make the request to Energex and the future installations would use the new
So when
style.
the bulb burns out, we then change it?
Yes, so as they need to be replaced through normal maintenance, they would use the warmer globe.
And there's no additional cost for the new bulb, as in we don't need to retrofit existing?
No, that's correct, no cost.
Thank you.
Mayor Raven?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, through you. Is it dark enough? So is it dark enough? So it sounds like we get one shot at setting the right level of light, and as they start to pump this out more and more, we'll then be responsible for the level of light that they choose. So at the moment we can say bloody Energex, but once we do this, it's bloody council. So is 3000K warm enough? Can we go warmer? Have we considered, like I know there's a whole bunch of stuff in the report about this is what everybody else uses, but they might all be making bad decisions too. So what have we done to make sure that we're making the best decision?
So through the chair, so this is for the Energex own assets, so correct me if I'm wrong here, guys, but they continue to maintain those bulbs once they've been replaced. In terms of is it enough, I might invite Jeremy to come up if that's okay in terms of the specifics around the 3000K. Yeah, we believe it is a better option for the level of light that they give adjacent homes and in those local streets. Did you want to come up?
Better is good. I would like perfect.
Sure.
Through the chair, yep. So we use a standard AS 1158, which provides compliance on road lighting. It can be either through a 4K or a 3K luminaire. So the level of lighting, pardon me, the level of lighting is adequate which way we go. So there's no dark spots, there's no overlit spots. The standard will always be compliant. So to answer your question, it's probably how they perceive the lighting versus the actual standard of lighting on the road.
So we can't go below 3K basically.
No, so the issue we've found, we have visited 27 and a little bit lower. We need more infrastructure, more poles, so that it drives the cost up quite significant.
Thank you, that's great.
I'll just let Director Darrell.
Through you, Mr. Chair, as well. On the basis that it is Energex infrastructure, we are actually also bound to use a globe which actually is within their offering. So the two which we have there are the offerings which they've provided to us. So we're trying to pick the one which would be, I guess, the least problematic for our community and give us the best outcome.
Councillor Lane?
Just one more. Megan, is there a way along our major thoroughfares that we can have the brighter bulbs so people getting off the train along Railway Parade and Station Road, we can have the lighter globes, but in the suburban streets they go softer? Is there a way, have you considered that, given that public safety, the lighter bulb, the lighter, the brighter, the better for public safety?
So through the chair, so this recommendation is only for those minor residential streets. So it depends on the hierarchy of the road, but we're proposing to still use the whiter, bright, or the blue light in the major roads.
So just to be clear, adjacent to all of the train stations are minor suburban streets?
I would have to confirm the hierarchy. I'm sorry, I can come back to
in my division.
Oh, okay.
They are. In Logan Lee they are. In Bethania they are.
So generally,
and so
where
on
the residential homes are, we think the warmer light. It's still, it's less glare for the residents, but you can still see the same amount of things in the light.
I appreciate what you're saying. My question is residential is right next to the train station.
Yeah.
In all of the Logan train suburbs except for Beenleigh. So when it comes to those suburban streets, they're actually next to the major transport corridors.
Yeah.
And the brighter, the better, but in the street back from it, the softer the better. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
Can we consider that as part of this
I would have
on
to
recommendations?
take that back to the team, I'm afraid, and I can report back to you just on how variable we can make that request.
Can we defer this
Energex?
to ordinary council so that
Unless-
you can do that? Because I think for safety, community safety, we need to consider that.
Yeah, through the chair, yeah, we certainly can. So at the moment, we're still looking at 4K, which is the wider light around pedestrian crossings, roundabouts, intersections, that type of atmosphere. So we do have an opportunity to basically liaise with Energex on certain criteria and roads. So yeah, we can definitely look into that.
I'm just imagining someone getting off a train in downtown Woodridge. Station Road is not a connector or a collector
Yeah.
road. Railway Parade is not. Jacaranda Avenue is not. So if you could consider that, that'd be great.
Sure.
Any more questions? Councillor Hall.
If only there was something that residents could put on their windows to shut out some of this bright light coming in. Curtains, guys, you can get some heavier curtains. What I really want to know is, is the life cycle of these LED over conventional longer? Like, do they last as long as the conventional lights, or are we replacing these more often? I've gone through the report. I haven't really found that.
Through the chair. So the asset life cycle of the light itself versus conventional versus LED is supposedly better. The what we have at council is we'll pay basically a 20-year tariff through to Energex. As the lights fail over the time, Energex will replace under the tariff at no cost to council. So I guess in short, if there's damage to the light or the light fails, Energex will go out there and replace the luminaire at no cost to council under that tariff. So we don't get a true indication of the life expectancy, but there's no cost back to council during the maintenance period.
If there's no cost back to council, then there's no cost back to the residents. So I think this is a better outcome for residents to move on to LED.
So through the chair, if I can just clarify, so they are moving to LED regardless as part of their rollout. It's a more sustainable option. It was just that we have the ability to specify the colour temperature.
All right, we now have a motion on the board. No. Are you knowing me, Mr. Mayor, or just... No?
I would never know you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, sir. We now have a motion on the board. Do I have a mover for that motion? Councillor Hall, seconder. Councillor Stemp. All those in favour? That is being carried by Councillor Lane.
Abstain, and I'll provide a reason, which is I would like for us to investigate the opportunities for community safety over the aesthetics of someone having a bit of light come through their front window.
Thank you, Councillor Lane. That concludes our items on the agenda. Does anyone have any general business for Executive General Manager of Logan? Actually, sorry, no. We'll do general business for Road Infrastructure Planning Manager, Megan Gould. No. Any general business for Executive General Manager of Logan Water, Mr. Jared? Yes, Ms. Wilcox. Councillor Wilcox.
Come on up. I'm not sure who this one's going to. Sorry. Thank you. I had an email sent to me from Gerard just recently. I've got an issue in Cormorant Close in Newbeath. It's under the road. This is going across multiple branches. I was told it's been sitting with Logan Water. Gerard's very kindly come back and said, no, it's not actually sitting with us. Daryl, can you please just find out who this is sitting with and get it fixed? It's been ongoing for like 18 months for me, please.
We'll certainly come back to you and talk to you in regards to that. It is with the roads team. I believe it's with Roads Infrastructure Delivery, and there's an officer on that. So we'll come back and give you a briefing. Yep.
Councillor Wilcox.
Sorry, have another one. I heard a rumour the other day, Daryl, one I really didn't like. Teviot Road, I've heard, is now not going to be finished until early next year. Could you please confirm whether, and give me some timings on when it's proposed or the roadworks will finish for the Teviot Road intersection with Leanne Court and Ivory Way? And also give me an update on the budget, if we're on budget, over budget, under budget, all of the rest of it. That would be amazing. Thank you.
I'll certainly arrange that for you. Yes.
Any more GB? No, with that, that concludes our agenda for today. No more GB, nothing for Daryl. Perfect. We're done.
Yeah, just conclude it.
And we conclude at 10:14. Thank you.